There are ways to attack the 49ers defense. Zone read when your quarterback is in a foot race against Dre Greenlaw is not one of them. So, based on the first possession, you could tell this wasn't going to be a pretty game on both sides of the ball, whether it's, the 49ers offense against the Seahawks, which we just showed, and now, that's Mooney Ward to the top of the screen. He has DK Metcalf's number. Phenomenal game by 7 in this game. And actually, since week 5, Ward has been among the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He's tied for the most, I should say, pass breakups on this 3rd and 9 play. You can just kind of see, watch the bottom of the screen. He's playing the sticks. It's 3rd and 9. He knows I'm going to get a route at the sticks. It obviously helps when, you're going to bring pressure. No, the quarterback has to get the ball out of his hands, but just to undercut that route, Ward, I think he's tied for 2nd in forced incompletion rate, which just means, you're getting your hand on a pass. You're doing something to break up the pass. So whether it's interceptions, pass breakups, Mooney Ward had a great day. But you can say that for a few of the players wearing white jerseys on Thursday. So even if, first possession, not too impressed with that, I knew it was going to be a dominant performance when Ambry Thomas, player who's still very young, still early in his starting career, jumped a route against Tyler Lockett, widely considered, widely regarded as one of the 15 best receivers in the NFL. So this play just tells me Ambry's playing with all kind of confidence. He understands what he's seeing. And that is just a remarkable play. If we go to the end zone view, and I've been pointing them out over the last couple weeks, obviously the 49ers have great rushers, but Javon Kinlaw, he's been winning a lot lately. Here's a little bull rush. He ends up, you could probably see it from a different angle, he ends up bullying the left guard. Affects Geno just enough, but I think just the way the 49ers are playing on this side of the ball. See, this whole tape looked like a highlight tape. Let's look at Kinlaw from this angle. I think it's a better angle. Fires off. It's a center. Yeah, that is what you want, especially from your second team. Big reason why the 49ers are able to make plays in coverage or as a pass rusher is because of the work that they are doing on these early downs. Fred Warner, his play against the run in recent weeks has been nothing short of spectacular. As you can watch him here, he's man in the middle, as always. Lets the lineman clear himself, and then just makes a tackle at the line of scrimmage for a loss. Like I said, there's a lot of highlight-worthy plays in this one. So since the bye week, we've seen the coverage married with the pass rush. We've seen wide receivers with no room to go, and that's exactly the case here. And then obviously the pass rush gets there by the time the quarterback's getting to the top of his drop. So look around. Where is Geno supposed to throw the ball? Delano Lenore has the out route covered. Charvarius Ward ran with the crosser. Lockett appears to be coming open, but this player right here, Jair Brown, I think his football awareness, his football intelligence deserves a lot of credit because, he's probably not supposed to guard that route. Geno wouldn't have had time anyway, but the fact that he has the wherewithal to go get it. And then you see from this look, as I mentioned, it was my favorite last week, put your big dogs in the middle, put your heavy guys on the outside, and then just let their athleticism win against the guards, against the interior linemen. Game. Chase Young's going to try to cross his face. Javon Hargrave is going to slant inside as well, with Nick Bosa looping all the way around. Let's see how Seattle passes it off. They do not. Even 40-year veteran Jason Peters is late to recognize what's coming on because, how often do you have a player from this B gap come all the way to the C gap? So B, A, B, C. Still has time, and that's why you want your faster players inside because Nick Bosa, you notice how tight he comes. Hargrave is able to win just by crossing because he is a great athlete. So, again, when you have athletes like this, when you have pass rushers who just know how to win, you are going to get a lot of plays that result like this. And then there's the sack dance. So this is 2nd and 1, and I think it's important to understand that slant routes and curl routes, they're not going to kill you as a defense. You just want to keep everything in front of you. So Mooney Ward gives up a slant to the top of the screen. Not a big deal. What I want to focus on is the safety in the middle of the field who's just lurking. Jair Brown coming from the opposite side of the football. I think he is so close to making these type of plays, and I would not be surprised if over the next couple of weeks we see him come up with another interception, just because, again, the way that he's seeing the field, the way that he's reading the ball, he's coming close on tackles, he's coming close on making plays on passes just like this. I really like what I've seen from Brown. So the way the 49ers are playing the run, again, it's impressive. So if you just watch this play, every gap is accounted for. By the time the running back gets to the line of scrimmage, every gap that we saw before the snap has a white jersey in it. It helps when your D tackles can pretty much own the line of scrimmage. Javon Hargrave splits the double, eats the double, and then if you watch the other guy, 91, Eric Armstead, who's just been really good as of late. Not only does he win against the first guard, tackle can't get there. We're drawing up plays, devising plays on how to attack the 49ers defense. It would be like this, right? I'm going to get Dre Greenlaw isolated in man coverage, and I'm going to hope that I have a tight end who can win. So coming up this Sunday, Dallas Goedert said he's going to try to play through his injury. Do not be surprised if the Eagles isolate Greenlaw on the weak side of the formation, just like this, where he has no choice to cover. So this one, you just don't want him to fly out. Want him to kind of slow play this. Make sure the wide receiver, tight end, I guess in this sense, commits to going outside. And he gives up the big play. So in this game, Greenlaw gave up all 3 of his targets completed for 36 yards. That is definitely something to keep an eye on against a team like the Eagles they have Goddard. They can put Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown inside. So that's something that I would focus on for sure. I mentioned Mooney Ward against DK Metcalf. This is easy for him. He's running stride for stride with a wide receiver who runs a 4.3, and it's nothing for him. I don't think people recognize how good of an athlete Mooney was coming out. So he ran a 4.44. He had a 37-inch vertical. His broad jump was 11. So all of his metrics, explosive metrics, speed metrics, they're well above average. And it's not like Mooney is over the hill at all. He's still a young player. So the 49ers have a bargain. And again, he's been playing very well, all things considered, since week 5, not even limiting that to the 49ers winning streak. So seeing Mooney make plays, that has to give the coaching staff plenty of confidence to be aggressive and to send blitzes. All right, so this is 3rd and 4, and let's focus on the top of the screen. So this area is where I feel like the ball should go based on the pre-snap. There's no hang defender, there's no extra DB like there is right here. 2 linebackers, you have 2-on-2 right here. You have 2-on-2, and then obviously help over the top. I'm not sure why Geno goes away from that right here. 3rd and 4, get the ball out hot. Think about this. This is a 33-year-old quarterback, and we just talked about a 23-year-old quarterback yesterday. Every week after a game, how correct Brock Purdy is, not only before the snap, but he knows where to go with the football. To me, this is just Geno Smith not knowing where to go with the football, and naturally gives up a sack. Do his eyes drop? Does he fear the pass rush? Is he worried about the pass rush? Probably, but I don't know. I don't know why you can see him looking at him right away, and then comes off him, and then tries to go back. And by the time you do, if you move your head 1, 2, 3 times with this player on the field, not going to happen. Bosa, if we go back to week 5, since week 5, no player in the NFL has a higher winning percentage than him. So this is Jackson Smith and Jigba's one-handed catch. It was just impressive, right? Down the field. But again, I'm putting this play on here not because the 49ers gave him an explosive play, but because there's a little mishap here. So Mooney Ward gets caught up in the little pick route. And if you're Geno, it's 3rd down. He catches this ball, and it's one-on-one with a rookie safety for a touchdown. Instead, predetermines where he's going with the ball down the field. Sure, they get a one-handed catch here, but what's more sustainable? Throwing this wide-open slant underneath when that was clearly the route concept, right? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a playoff team to me. You get the break speed off you at home on a short week against a divisional foe. I don't think Seattle makes it, and I wouldn't be surprised if a team like the Packers or the Rams sneak in. But Seattle just isn't it. Bottom of the screen, Ambry Thomas making a play in the end zone when the 49ers need him to. 2nd and obvious, 2nd and goal. They're going to throw the ball backed up like this. I think you can just see his confidence. And this week, right, so he's passed every test. He passed Mike Evans. He passed DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba right there. Now it's like Mortal Kombat, right? You just keep going up. And now it's going to be A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and you know that they're going to test Ambry Thomas. And I think he just has the athleticism where you're going to be comfortable. So if he just keeps balling, if he just keeps playing the way he has been, the 49ers will be fine. And then they get you in these obvious passing downs where, I mean, you're down 2 touchdowns. You can't run the ball. So what does Steve Wilkes do? This is where the zero blitz works, right? This is where it's a middle finger to your offense, knowing that I know you can't block me. Look at the coverage first. Everyone's where they need to be. I love his versatility of being able to go in the slot against the other team's number one. And honestly, wouldn't be a bad idea against A.J. Brown. I think Mooney Ward is that good. So, oh man, good luck blocking. So they have the speed on the outside to cover with Ambry Thomas. And I think Mooney can run with A.J. Brown too. Jair Brown, he's been heady enough. Tayshaun Gibson can hold down against tight ends. And then that leaves Lenore for whoever your number 3 wide receiver is. So you're matching up pretty well. You're matching up a lot better than you were a month ago. And it helps when you have just, I mean, look, that's like arguably their 3 best players in on the sack right there. This is what a lot of the plays look like, where they just had multiple defenders in the backfield. Here, like Greenlaw is not rushing. Once he stays in the block, then he rushes. So, like, it's just a good way to manipulate the offense. And I don't think Eric Armstead gets enough credit for how well he's performed most of the season, honestly. We're just now seeing the sack totals, so he's getting the credit that he deserves. But the way that this defense is playing, the way that the offense is playing, I think it's pretty evident that the 49ers are the team to beat. They have to stay healthy, obviously. You know, they have to keep their foot on the gas. I don't think that's going to be a problem because if they slip up, you know, there goes the number 1 seed. So, yeah, they've been lights out on both sides of the ball. There's not much to critique, and I am Mr. Curmudgeon, and that's all I have for the defense, right? 2 plays where you give up, one wasn't even thrown, and the other one was just a quick first down, slant over the middle. So, like, if that's what we're talking about, I would say the 49ers are in good hands. Now, let's see what they can do against the Eagles.